All right, let's take a look at the timeline when working in Vids. And our timeline is basically everything that's kind of down here that I'm going to show you. I'm going to move my, I guess my video controls up here just so you can see it clearly. So the first thing I want to show you is the playhead position. So this little triangle, when I hover over this triangle, notice how my hand changes from a pointer to a hand. Where I drag that is where it's going to play. So you can see these numbers that I have right here, and a good time to remind you that your video can be only up to 10 minutes long. When I drag this and I hit the play button, it's going to play wherever and preview it for me wherever this is. So this is my playhead position, okay? And then this is will play it wherever it is out of the total seconds in my scenes that I have, okay? This is the elapsed time, so as I move this, it tells me I am 2.9 seconds into it out of an 8.4 second video, okay? Your timing for your objects that you have is over here. So when I click this down arrow, it says show all timing or only show timing for selected. I'm going to leave it the way it is. But in this scene, when I click on the second scene, it has nothing in it. When I hit this button, it says this scene has no objects. If I choose this scene over here and this button is chosen, you can see that I have an image playing the entire length of this 3.4 second scene, and I have an audio recording playing the entire time as well. So now what I can do with this object is when I click on it, I can then drag this and make it only appear for a certain amount of time. Even though the scene is 3.4 seconds long, I only want this image to show up for, in this case, when I move my playhead, I only want it to show up for that amount of time, which is about 2.4 seconds. So I'm going to go back to the beginning with this, hit play, and it'll show you what it'll do. And you can see the audio played and then the image went away. So that's what this number 4 object timing does here. So if out of the ones I showed you the playhead position first, the play scene second, the elapsed time third, the object timing fourth, and now I'm going to show you the timeline zoom. So we only have 2 scenes here, but when we have a lot of them, we might want to get really specific about when stuff happens. When this is zoomed all the way out, it's kind of tough to manipulate these things down here. But if I zoom this all the way into 800%, you can see the scenes grow, and it allows me to do a lot more things very much detailed. I suggest that people, when they start at 100%, and then as you get more detailed in your timing, zoom it in a little further, okay? So that's the 5th thing. The 6th thing is if I want to add another scene. So I have one scene here, almost like a slide. I have a second scene here. If I want to add any more, I simply click this button right here, okay? And whenever I click on one, it's highlighted in blue. That's the one that I can change the timing of. So when I click on this one, if I want to make this shorter, you can see when I hover over the edge, the box turns kind of blue there, and I can shrink it or make it longer. So there's a lot of intricate timing that I can do. Whenever I create a brand new scene, so I'm going to hit plus here to add another scene, you can see that I have transitions here. And when I click on these transitions, it allows me to choose a whole bunch of things over on the right. Dissolve, push, fade, slide. My suggestion to you is to use consistent ones throughout your short vid. And the reason is that if you jump them all around with a lot of different ones and they're not appropriate, it can sometimes make your video hard to watch, okay? The other thing that I have is my audio tracks down here, so you can see that I have that audio track that says, "Hi, I'm Mr. Mariglia." Again, I can shrink these too. I have 3.2 total, but I can cut these off and edit these as well. And the last thing I want to show you, don't forget, is that if you need scripts or anything, you have this over here. That's your script control button. That when I click on this, if I need to type something in for a scene, notice when I highlight this scene, I had a script for that one. This scene I did not, so I can type in something new and then record myself. So that is your timeline. That's probably the most intricate thing that you're going to use in Vids and manipulate it quite a bit.